How much content can we possibly milk out of Necron? The answer is a lot of it, but hey, we're not stopping here, because today we're going to discuss the most expensive sword in the game as of now, the Hyperion. In terms of stats, it's a weaker Shadow Fury with a bunch of intelligence and a huge amount of ferocity. If you gave me the sword as it is, I'd be asking you why you feel it's justified to ask me to pay 650 million coins for this when a Shadow Fury has basically the same stats and costs less than 20 million. Speaking of costs, it costs nothing at all to hit that subscribe button. So, if you have been enjoying our daily content for the past like 7 or 8 months, then please consider subscribing to help us beat this Frenchy boy to 100k subs, s'il te plaît. But then you get one of Necron's scrolls, specifically Wither Impact, and apply it to the Hyperion. And then all of a sudden, you have a bulldozer in your hand, and anything that was in the catacombs won't be there much longer. The only thing it isn't going to save you from is a Skeleton Master, but to be fair, nothing is going to save you from a Skeleton Master. Slightly off topic, but did you know Master Mode is named that because all of the skeletons are going to be Skeleton Masters? Well, for E-Boy, to fact check you on that one, hypothetically speaking, I am pretty sure they took the name Master Mode from Doom Eternal, which has a— Oh, wait, my bad, I turned into a Reddit user there for a second. Alright, so, what the Wither Impact ability does is teleports you 10 blocks forward, like the aspect of the end but 2 blocks further, and a bit more than 2 times more useful. Instead of trying to explain it to you, I'm just going to show it to you. You walk into a room, aim in the general direction that you want to go, and you go there whilst shredding everything you teleport through. I'm sure there's an anime reference here somewhere. The enemies all get sucked into one place and explode a second later. Of course, you don't have to teleport anywhere to use it. If you're fighting a mini-boss, you can just look straight down and spam the weapon to deal damage without really moving anywhere. It's pretty effective, and if you have a good level of ultimate wise on the sword, then mana probably won't be a problem. God, how will I ever afford a 3 million coin ultimate enchantment on my 650 million coin sword? The high intelligence stat on the sword makes it a compelling choice for Mage Beam too. Well, assuming a close relative has just died and you have all of their inheritance money to put towards half of the sword. But like, come on, if you wanted to watch a video about Mage Beam, then you'd watch our video about, well, Mage Beam. It's really not that interesting. It's also really buddy sometimes. The Hyperion has a few less obvious downsides too. Using the ability doesn't award combat XP, meaning you can't abuse it to grind out the new and upcoming Revenant Slayer easily, although you probably don't want to use this out of dungeons due to your more limited mana pool. No combat XP is a small price to pay for being able to point the sword in any direction and both move you across the room and deal with anything else. But is this price tag justified? Honestly, for what it does? Yeah. It's the best ability in the game, and it's an improvement on an AoTE if you really just want the ballsiest flex in existence. And it also allows you to rush the blood room in a matter of seconds consistently. But because of its teleport ability, you can't use it during the Necron fight, meaning you have to use it for Mage Beam, which in reality isn't a huge problem because it is also the best sword for Mage Beaming. But Necron himself and all of his summons have 90% magic resistance, so even an almighty weapon like this would probably be the equivalent of spreading cold butter on white bread. So why are people paying 650 million coins for this? The answer is because they can. I'm trying to get my hands on a Valkyrie sword to talk about, well, the sword, and how it's the new best sword in the game, but almost nobody actually crafted one of these swords because it isn't amazingly powerful like the Hyperion is. Alright, cool, that's about it. Bitch sword go brrrr.